What's so interesting about your story is you had kind of known something was wrong, went to the doctor, but was misdiagnosed.
I was, and I had been receiving my annual screenings, annual pap smears. So I had 20-month-old twins at home and went for my annual. My pap smear was normal. And I am convinced, which, you know, the film talks about a lot, that HPV screening, the HPV screening I received was what in fact saved my life. I tested positive for HPV with a normal pap smear. So I was kind of on high alert with that HPV diagnosis, and it did, you know, turn into cervical cancer for me.
And you just kept listening to your gut, even though doctors were saying, no, everything's coming back normal.
I was misdiagnosed, and about 6 months later, I was diagnosed officially with cervical cancer. But, you know, anyone that has been through something like this can tell you that in my heart of hearts, I knew something was wrong. So being your own advocate is something I talk about a lot in my own advocacy work, because a lot of people take something that comes out of a doctor's mouth as gospel, and quite frankly, you know your own body. So.
Yeah, so many times with these, you know, below the belt cancers, as they're called,
right.
Women tend to maybe not know what to look for. I feel like with breast cancer, we hear so much. But
sure.
What was the one thing maybe that you saw or felt that you are just kind of like, you know, take this seriously?
Hindsight 2020, I had some of this, you know, the bloating, the pain, you know, and again, there's symptoms that can be caused by a lot of things. But I also had some abnormal bleeding, which was eventually what led me to pursue it further.
Okay. And so tonight, the information that folks need to know, the screening is happening tonight.
The screening is at Inova Fair Oaks Hospital.
Okay.
And in our cancer center there, I am lucky enough post-cancer that I got very involved in advocacy work and involved with Survivor and this film. So I am what you would call a grateful patient. Inova saved my life along with my doctor, and I now work for them.
Awesome.
And it's a dream come true for me, and they're wonderful to partner with and help me spread awareness. So the film is at, again, Inova Fair Oaks Hospital this evening at 6 o'clock. You can register at inova.org/someone you love. We have a wonderful panel following the screening as well, with an gynecologic oncologist, a radiation oncologist, and Tamika, who is one of the women featured in the film.
Awesome.
So
All right.
to answer lots of questions.
Thank you very much.
Sure.
All right, 6 o'clock tonight. The weather should be fine, right, Jackie? No issues at 6 p.m. tonight.
I don't think so. And that's assuming all the roads got treated and cleared off, because, you know, after the sun does go down, things are probably going to refreeze a little bit. If they haven't been treated, there may be some slick spots. So do use some caution, but nothing's going to be falling from the sky any longer. That starts tomorrow. And we're giving a window between 3 p.m. and 9 p.m. for the onset of all of this. We've got the blizzard watch, which is in place for all the close-in metro. We've got winter storm watches for areas off to the west, and the big difference is the wind. And I want to take a little time to talk about what a blizzard really means. That means we have snow or blowing snow that's going to last for 3 hours or greater, winds consistent or frequent gusts of 35 miles per hour or more, leading to whiteout conditions and visibility around 1/4 of a mile or less. So those are the big three things of what defines a blizzard. And when you have conditions like this, it makes travel impossible, and it can also cause some power outages. And I think we all need to be prepared for that possibility. Now, the worst of the winds, I think, will be in the metro and areas off to the east. This is our futurecast winds that takes you through Friday evening. And notice those winds are already beginning to pick up around 30+ miles per hour. Look what happens as we go through the nighttime on Friday and through the day on Saturday. 50+ mile-an-hour gusts are going to be possible over towards the coast. These strong winds are going to be pushing the water up along the shoreline, and coastal flooding will be a big problem. If you live in one of those areas that's very vulnerable to this, you need to be prepared for those waters to come up very significantly. We've got a full moon on top of this. One other thing to mention is, I know Saturday everybody's going to be home and the kids are going to want to get outside and play in all of that fun snow, but look at our futurecast temperatures. The wind chill factor is likely going to be down into the single digits and teens through most of the day on Saturday. So those kids really need to make sure they're bundled up and don't have any exposed skin. So the snow begins late tomorrow, will continue through the day on your Saturday, and this will all wind down by Sunday. Our temperatures gradually warming up next week. That means it's going to be a mushy, muddy, melted mess. We'll be right back.
Traffic on News Channel 8 is brought to you by Toyota. Toyota is